things are going at the border, sir?
Much better than you all expected.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I think. Pardon me?
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
Not in the near term, no. No, just be
much better than you people expected. Ha ha ha. That was the president out on his bicycle on This Weekend in Delaware. Senator John Cornyn is from Texas. Is it a laughing matter in Texas, Senator?
Absolutely not. It's outrageous what the Biden administration has allowed at the border, and now it's going to get worse as a result of its policies. I have zero confidence in the president and Secretary of Homeland Security who say the border's secure when our eyes tell us that it is not even close.
Well, it is 10,000 people a day last week. It is apparently less this week, but I don't know what to project forward because they got an app and they think the app is the solution. Senator Cotton just said it just makes a more orderly welcome pass. What do you think about it? Is it the fast pass in the United States?
Yeah, it sure is. What really has to happen, Hugh, is that what they say they will do, which I frankly don't believe, which is they will use expedited removal to remove people who come between the ports of entry. They said that if you come between through a port of entry and use the app, then you'll be processed like any other asylees. The problem is when they release people into the interior of the country or they parole them, which is in this instance just means waving them on through, it just is it's a magnet to draw more and more people to the border. So then that's what's been happening for the last 2 years.
Now, I just played the tape. I'm not going to play it again for Senator Cotton of the mayor of Denver saying, man, we had 400 people here last week. We were maxed out. And I got the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, saying the same thing. In fact, let's play that for the senator. Cut number 5, Kathy Hochul on MSNBC with Al Sharpton.
Well, Reverend Al, hearing the numbers going down is good news, but it's small comfort to us because the word we're getting is that the majority of these individuals who are crossing, and still high numbers, are coming to New York State. And we already have over 61,000, over 40,000 housed in New York City. They're bursting at the seams, and Mayor Adams is doing the very best he can in a difficult situation. We have stepped in $1 billion from the state budget.
All right, so 41,000 is too many for New York City, Senator Cornyn. How's El Paso doing?
Well, we've seen a heck of a lot more than that. We've had about 5 million border encounters since President Biden became president. And as I said, his policies of non-enforcement have been a magnet for more people to come. This is what the Border Patrol calls a pull factor. What we lack is any deterrence at all, any message that if you come, you won't be successful in getting across the border. I want to congratulate Kevin McCarthy and the House of Representatives for passing a tough border security bill, and that represents one potential path forward, although it's a very narrow path indeed.
Senator, I want to get a quick question in on the debt limit. When do you think we run out of money that we can borrow? I mean, I don't believe the June 1 deadline, although Secretary Yellen repeated it yesterday. I just don't believe it. What do you believe?
Well, I don't really know. I mean, that's part of the problem is that we're dependent on the Secretary of the Treasury and the Biden administration to tell us when the X date is. And she said that it could be as soon as June the 1st, which tells me it's not June the 1st. It's probably later. But I don't really understand why the Biden administration has waited all these months, knowing this was coming, to sit down and negotiate with Kevin McCarthy in the House. Apparently that's happening now. But like everything else Joe Biden does, it's usually a day late and a dollar short.
Well, one of the things I read yesterday is that if we make it to June 15th, then we can go deep into July because we get the quarterlies from self-employed people. It just seems to me to be all artificial. I don't believe anything that anyone says in this administration, Senator. I'm sure Democrats said the same thing about the Trump administration. But here we just have just a fabric of shaded truths, lies, and everything in between.
Yeah, it's just shocking to me that people will lie to you, and when you know what they're telling you is not true. It's really a terrible shame when you can't trust the leaders of our government in the executive branch. And the Durham report, which I know you've looked at, confirms the worst about the FBI's abuse of the legal process against the Trump administration, using a opposition research paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign. It's very disturbing.
I would love to have someone call anyone from Team Mueller as to why they didn't find this stuff out. I haven't read the whole Durham report yet. Did he call out Team Mueller at all for not finding this stuff, Senator?
I have not. I have not read it line by line. I've read some summaries of it. I'm looking forward to reading it line by line. But yeah, this has just been this is the closest thing to treason that I can think of. Trying to take down a sitting president, abusing the tools that the FBI has. It's just it's outrageous.
It is astonishing, and it took 7 years to find out that the whole thing was a lie and put a bow on it. Senator Cornyn, thank you for your time. Follow him on Twitter at John Cornyn. We'll keep checking in on the border and everything else with you as the weeks go by. Don't